Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I asked for 9, but I got 7. I'm not gonna complain. We're pretty dang close to starting the match, and I'm excited to see our finals take place on Nuke. Wait, no, that doesn't sound like me. I'm not usually excited, but I am, because these sound like two awesome teams that I've been pumped up for. But in fact, I lied to you. We actually only have 6 players on the server so far, not even 7. Because just noticed that Ombo is in that. And that's cheating, because he's an ESWC admin. Yep, Lord Nod, I did go ahead and show off as well how to sign up to the website. So if you guys want to do that, just like he said, you guys can totally sign up right now if you still want to compete. Any experience is good experience as long as you're learning from it. The demos of the good teams that you'll be facing in the tournament are going to be very valuable to learn from and all that good stuff. So definitely don't think down on that kind of stuff, guys. If you guys want to sign up and compete and get competitive, go ahead and do so. But I do understand for those who never really like getting competitive, they just prefer to watch. I definitely understand that as well. Ooh, FIFA competition as well. Anyhow, guys, yeah, we're still waiting on our players here. I'm going to bring back the music for a little bit longer since we only have 6 players. It looks like it might be a little bit longer than 7 players. Anyhow, yeah, not knowing how long it's going to take for all the rest of them to arrive. Just going to turn on music for a little bit, so chill here with me as music is currently my co-caster. Excuse me there, guys. It looks like we switched over to knife round, but we're being called to wait right now, and you can see by Sky that that is indeed the case. They are now ready to go live, and they asked for one more restart here. I do like so far how lenient admins have been on knife rounds. It's a silly thing to get worked up over, and there we go. They are going to be restarting, and this is our knife round going down. This is also our finals match for the ESWC Northern Zone Qualifier number 2. There were 2 qualifiers for the Northern Zone as West, East, and South. So with that said, we're getting close to having all our teams already determined for the LAN that's going down for ESWC, because this is the qualifier for the qualifier that's going to be going down, and all the teams competing will have a chance to going to win first, second, and third will have a chance in the qualifiers here today and in the previous days and the days upcoming. Will have a chance to go to Paris, France as they compete in the LAN qualifier. Excuse me, that's a mouthful. I'm kind of repeating myself and making it a little bit more complicated than it actually is. But in other words, there are 24 teams that have a chance of going to Paris, but only one will win. That finals LAN will be brought to you at a later time. And I believe it's the 10th of October, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe the 8th of October even, I'm not actually sure on that one. But those will be some intense matches, as it's the top 3 victor teams of all these qualifiers that you see here, all on LAN. It's going to be a lot of fun, and in the meantime, I really failed to neglect to talk about the knife round going down right there, as it did become a victory there for Team Nuisance. They switch over to CT side here, and hopefully they'll be able to start off strong, as every CT team wants to. It's usually the one exception to nuke. Playing against Glocks is such a difficult thing to do, and looks like we're going to be rebooting here and going live. It is, again, our teams here are going to be Team Nuisance versus Destructive Veterans. And this is our finals match. North Zone ESWC qualifying finals right here, brought to you live. It's going to start off with 2 going into upper and nearly 3 going into ramp. It's going to be sloshed to go outside. A little bit of miscommunication, but a lot of decoys going outside. They're quickly going to figure out what's a fake and what isn't, as Psychedelic is going to get rushed down. He manages to sneak in 1 headshot there, and Power manages to stay safe on ramp. I'm not sure how useful that rotation is going to be in the long run, but we'll just have to find out. 9mm in a really good position, as they're in really good flank positions for an A play right here. Silk coming in outside. He's not actually heard by Sky, and this could be crucial. 1 headshot from that 5.7, and the enemy player goes down. And it's already going in ending in quick fashion, as Power takes out the player in heaven. Player in heaven didn't actually quite catch that, but Sky gets flanked as he's crouching and trying to hide from Power. And there you go. CTs are going to win the first round. Really well played by them, just hiding their players as long as possible and enacting on the last moment as the bomb goes down. It was a little bit unconvincing for the take, but they do end up the victors in the clutch 1v1 there. Alright, so it starts off great for Nuisance, but eco upsets do happen time and again here on T side, and this is our finals team, so I would believe in it now. And there you go, 9mm is distracted, spraying down the 3 players running into B. The bomb's not only going to go down, but he's going to fail to lock in a single kill. And that looks a little bit bad here, as it's actually a 4v3 with a Swag 7 on the T side. Psychedelic does manage to get down vents, and Silk manages to cover his teammate, but the positioning here could be crucial. 1 T falls, it's back to a 2v1, and Psychedelic turns the wrong direction. Doors get closed again, bomb is safe, and a weapon is given over to the terrorist. I'm ramping this up as quickly as possible, as action is taking place so quickly. And now 1 terrorist remaining. He is managing to delay this as long as possible, and this is a 1 round. This is the eco upset we were looking for, and Rizzle Nation knows it. He knows it. Destructive Veterans definitely showing us all they have to offer here. Not giving any easy round here to Team Nuisance. That was a brilliant upset. And a swag 7 on ramp, to think of all things, would do it. And that's exactly why you should never underestimate your pistol. In those kind of situations in which he's stuck on B defusing, that's exactly what he should have done. He should have stuck the bomb when he was running out of time, and you just gotta have faith at that point. You can't come off the bomb. But the faith wasn't there, and instead the eco upset is about to be returned. Silk gets a kill, retrieves an AK, gets out safely, and is now back out here in Mini. He's gonna go outside here, but gets smoked. But he's gonna keep his aggression. He's confident with this AK. He's got someone to act as a distraction here, but he's gonna over-peek. Accidentally peeks into the sight range of 2 players, and Sky is gonna pick up a double kill. I thought it was his teammate who actually picked up the first kill. They're gonna try and spray out their opponent, but 9mm does manage to slip away, but not before doing a little bit of damage back to Sky. Doing some significant damage here. Oh, Power jumps down. He had retrieved an AK as well, and on 5 HP is going to be able to finish off 2 players. Now things are getting loud. Things are getting dangerous because Markelov here, at least Mokorlov, excuse me, is going to be playing around the bomb. Psychedelic should know where the last bomb is. Oh, he tries to land the headshot. Mokorlov is going to be able to smoke him off, and now this looks like a doomed situation. It looks nearly impossible for his opponent here. Mokorlov with that smoke should... or at least Psychedelic with that smoke should have no possible way of getting through, as Mokolov has had plenty of time to set up for Psychedelic here. But he made noise. Psychedelic knows. No chance. Solid shots make sure that Aim Punch will never let him get those shots down. Unless an AK pre-fire, or unless an AK luck shot comes in. So unfortunately, they're going to be going for the save. Silk deciding the Nova is the right option in this case. Destructive Veterans starting off strong. There is potentially arguments to be made that starting off... Ooh, here we go. Rizzle Nation looking for the CT here. Does get taken down. That's a Nova kill. $900 and a weapon recovered for Silk. Gives Nova over to Psychedelic, who's going to use it. Well, he takes his opponent down to 50 HP, but no lower. But Power is already rotated into sight. We'll see how he holds it here. This is crucial. Takes down one opponent. One more invents. He's going to go straight into him. That's Mokolov, who turns the wrong direction at the wrong time and leaves 1 T remaining. It's not looking good here as Destructive Veterans are about to get upset after upsetting the CTs. I was going to say, it's almost a better situation to lose the first round and get the upset that forces your opponents to save 3 rounds anyway. Because although it's a 1-3 start, eco upsets are huge morale boosters and demotivators, depending on the enemy team and which one is which. Of course, who the victor and who the loser is for that round. But to have an eco done back to them, that's got to be a little bit harsh as well. I hope they don't take it too harshly here, that they continue on fine. There's only 1 AK on the field right now. Mokolov, was that a misbuy? It looks like a little bit of a misbuy to me, but they're all pretty low on cash even. So, and there you go. Power gonna be holding ramp with an auto, just spraying people down. He's got 2 people trapped on the left side. Oh, takes down the AK, shoots it away from Sky. Sky's gonna have to try and rotate around. But Psychedelic's gonna get aggressive, not let him recover the AK. And Rizzle Nation is spotted. Not able to hold himself out there. He does get taken down. Nice plays coming in from Team Nuisance here. And 3-2, a really active start. A lot of plays coming down here and a lot of interesting progression going on. It's a fun start to Nuke. It's not usually a scoreline you see in Nuke. 3-2. Alright. T's falling left and right as their CZs don't really connect with any of the shots that they're looking for. Sky is going to disconnect here, as he's found out. They're going to take the knife money, and Rizzle Nation's going to fall eventually as well, as the CZ is recovered. We are going to go into a quick pause here, guys. And Team Nuisance not only looking strong, they're looking strong, but that's strong as in 2 rounds here. The 3rd round was kind of a little bit debatable here, and yeah, for sure, this isn't a good situation to have problems like this. We are paused and waiting, but yeah, Team Nuisance, although they're looking strong, it's only very recently, and destructive veterans have already upset once, so the bye rounds are looking a little bit questionable here for Team Nuisance to be able to hold. We'll have to find out, though. We haven't had enough rounds to really determine too much. I haven't seen enough of destructive veterans just yet to make a decision. But this is definitely progressing really interesting. Players just spazzing out right now. Not exactly, I would say, the most effective way to keep yourself entertained, but it looks like it's working pretty well for them. They seem to be enjoying themselves thoroughly. Well, that is, of course, except for 9mm and Silk, who seem to be having none of that currently. How far is Sky? I don't know, the Sky goes on for a long while. I guess it depends on which stratosphere you're talking about. One thing we definitely haven't seen yet is how strong is the Opper for the T side, because that can actually be a large persuading force when it comes down to winning T side rounds, because it's so easy to end someone's life with an op, and 2 quick picks outside can change everything. The CT dynamic completely changes, and it's something that makes a game much easier to play. But of course, everybody knows that the op is a powerful weapon, but it's just the fact on Nuke that its influence is actually quite valuable. But it is still difficult. Despite the op being a powerful weapon on Nuke, it doesn't manage to upset the stacked ratio for CT side quite often, so we'll have to see how destructive veterans use it, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to the player, and the stats are based on players. There are players who break the mold, you know? Alright, we do look like we're having our last player reconnecting shortly here. As a gun juggle is happening over in CT spawn. Yet again, it does seem like Silk and 9mm are just gonna have none of that. Alright guys, it looks like he's having some strange issues, so I'm gonna go ahead and let us enjoy some music here, just quietly as we wait for the final reconnect here. I said quietly. It's a good song, but it's not that good. Sorry about the delays, guys, but sometimes you just can't help it. We're going to be continuing shortly, of course, but we're at the holdup of players and at the mercy of players, unfortunately. And that's just part of Counter-Strike. Hope you guys don't mind the wait, and we'll be continuing our finals ASAP, of course, as Destructive Veterans try and take another at least 3 rounds on this map here.
that you never started. You once destroyed a broken heart that was already shattered. Holding on to what we have, you take us to the edge and back. Holding on to what we have, you take us to the edge and back. This love that you never started. You once destroyed a broken heart that was already shattered. Holding on to what we have, you take us to the edge and back. Holding on to what we have, you take us to the edge and back.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have our 10 people back in the server. We're excited to get going. This is our finals match for the North Qualifiers, and this will be our last North Qualifiers before the LAN coming up. There are going to be 24 teams competing, and now we've yet to see who's going to come in first place for the North Qualifiers. Between Team Nuisance and Destructive Veterans, it looks like it could go either way at the moment. So anything is definitely possible. And Destructive Veterans, I gotta say, I like the use of decoys. They really use a lot of decoys. Oh, but one goes down on ramp. That's the opening they're looking for. A good flash, but a missed shot is more crucial, as Psychedelic will pick up on that missed shot and finish off the T player. He trades out 1 for 1, but it's not enough because power has gone down as well as sloshed. And now they're going to lose one more. They're going to lose control of A side, but Terrorists are actually going to rotate into B, and that's what makes Nuke so tricky. And actually, in fact, Psychedelic, being psychic as he is already in B site as they empty into out or spill out of vents. A nice try from him, but his positioning was a little bit off. I'm actually not sure if he was expecting... Because of his positioning, I'm going to assume he wasn't expecting them to go B, and he's actually trying to hide and preserve his weapon for next round. Because if I take a look now, they are indeed not broken. Okay, so there's no need to save. I just made myself look a little bit silly there, guys, but... Slosh is going to pick up on nobody being in ramp room very quickly, as he's taking down the one lurker trying to fulfill his role. Power, the only one outside now, as the two remaining CTs really need to secure B site because nobody's in B. Slosh is going to set up here way too late, and he's actually going to miss sight of G6. who set himself up in that smoke, but no, he's not. He's not going to miss any sight as his scope closes in on G6 and finishes him off. It's going to be 0x80 to the last struggling survivor who quickly gets finished off. And that's the end of that. Team Nuisance get their 5th round and keep 3 people alive. It looked like they'd have a lot more trouble since the bomb was going down and T's were setting up for the defensive, but their defensive situation kind of fell apart a little bit too easily there. Power setting up right here, does get caught by the op, but they trade for equal damage and the auto wins out in the long run. But it is back to a 3v3 and it's going to be 2v3. They don't manage to bring it back to a 2v2, but there's still hope. Nice flashes, but ooh, Psychedelic's getting caught out here. He's pressured. He's going to find G6, and now the rotation in from Power should be crucial. If he just drops at the right time, he is going to manage to take down the bomb planner, but where's the last remaining player? He's going to be sitting in vents right now. His location completely unfamiliar to the CT opponents. And no, he's going to be able to 180 flick and turn around in time. Oh, 0x80. Clutching in the nick of time. 1v2, but have no fear because he is here. And that was a desperate, desperate save. Unfortunately, CTs are still going to be able to buy up. But having that 4th round is all that matters when it comes to T side here. Every round counts. Sometimes just having 2 rounds on T side is all you really need because the CT side can just be that solid for some teams. So seeing 4 right now is definitely pretty good, especially since there's only 5 on the CT side. That only makes it all the better. Although Sloshed, now equipped with his op, is going to be just as deadly as he was last game. He's going to look for his second opponent as he unscopes just at the wrong time. Somehow manages to dodge that flash despite looking straight into it. And look at the flick. Takes down Mokolov in an instant. Leaves 2 players left alive for the T side. A nice flash coming in from Roselle. Unfortunately, it's not going to work. And 0x80, who clutched last round, is not going to be able to pick up the ace that they need as he quickly falls as well. It's looking pretty good for Team Nuisance here as they let Destructive Veterans win 1 and then upset them again. They put them back onto Eco. West Zone 2 will be taking place, if I remember correctly, last? Yes, last. It'll be taking place last. But in the meantime, we do have some action going down. They tried to slip into vents, but it's just not a plausible play with Psychedelic and 9mm watching. With those 2 scouting out, they finished off 4 of the players, and last one being finished up outside. That round comes to a close in nearly an instant. Unfortunately, I am missing some of those plays, guys. For some reason, just don't have an auto-director, so it's all on me to direct the flow of battle. And while I'm talking continuously, I do slip up sometimes. Excuse me for not getting that awesome 3K. There we go. Power sprays down the smoke, and he does manage to find 1 player. This is a buy round for them. And out of the buy round, 3 players have Gleals, so it's unfortunate that they now only have 1 AK. Really reduces the amount of power that these terrorists are packing. But here we go. It's all on Power again. He is going to manage to find a second one, but now he's in pressure to make 1 more happen, and he's not going to be able to get the 3K. Gets the 2-for-1 trade out, and it's all up to Silk, who does shut down the next player. Getting the 1-for-1 trade right now. It's going to be the rotating Psychedelic. Is he going to catch his opposing player off guard? He's watching the exit, so Mokolov has to commit. And there you go. The op ends up being the victor as G6 gets to rotate outside. Instant headshot shut down, but Silk is going to be able to react in time and save his life. Saves himself a A pitiable death there. Destructive Veterans. They're running out of rounds here, and they do want at least one more. 4 isn't necessarily comfortable. It's definitely okay, but I wouldn't go as far as to call it comfortable. And here we go. It's another eco round. Bomb is going to be lurking, actually. Sky retrieves himself a weapon. It's down to a 3v4, but again, Bomb waiting. Oh no, his gun was spotted. I'm not sure if CTs know they have Bomb, but they should shortly, just in case they don't. And now there you go. Yes, they are aware of it. One player left alive. That's Sky, who can be deadly with this M4. He is going to find one more player here, but let's see just how many more he can get. He's got 50 seconds to play these CTs like a T. But Sloshed isn't even going to give him a chance. Already watching for the rotation outside. Knowing that his teammate went down in vent, he is going to take down his opponent. There we go. Power starts off the round really well. He's going to fall back now that he got the opening kill and follow it up with a second one. Rizzle just had no time to react and does end up going down as he's on 180 ping. His reaction speed is definitely going to be lowered, which is crucial for that off play. But Silk gives an opening to the T's. Are they going to rush out onto A? No, they're not going to be silly enough to do that. With 4 players still alive, that is. And it's going to be up to Power yet again to get the defense, but he's just going to give up ramp and defend in a more passive position that's much easier for him. However, it doesn't end up working out still. Slosh is going to rotate down into ramp, and he's going to have to find out whether or not they're coming down. He's going to leave Psychedelic to hold by himself. They're going to pick up 1 kill here. G6 by himself now. Gonna manage to find the wall shot on 9mm, who's just low enough. And now Slosh comes out with the pistol, knowing his opponent's low. At least hopefully knowing his opponent's low. Although, having confidence in the CZ is pretty common. Finishes him off, and 10-4. The best destructive veterans can look at now is 10-5, so we'll have to see how they do here. They do have the firepower to win out this round. 3 clutch players is all they could possibly need. As long as they make the right plays happen here. But it looks like a quick denial is in order here. 9mm is going to pick up 1 and nearly pick up the second, taking Rizzle down to 3 HP. They're going to slow down their pace of play. 0x80 trying to lurk here as Rizzle rotates back into lobby. Silk in a really nice position. Does smoke his opponent off. A minute left on the clock. 3v4. CT's untouched until that very moment. 0x80 goes down. A nice 1-for-1 trade. Turns into a 3v2. But positions are open. The terrorists just need to find them. Oh, and here we go. It's all on Slosh. The player going to be walking out to him. And meanwhile, Power going to be doing the same. Both ops ring out right after each other. And they both pick up their kills. Not missing their shot. And 11-4 is going to be the half here. Destructive veterans. Trying their best, but not able to get more than 4 rounds in there. Power, Psychedelic, Sloshed. I mean, just everybody on Team Nuisance is being pretty strong, and admin sick and tired after that last 7-minute pause or so. Gonna call it as the last pause of the day. Nuisance definitely, they need to claim this pistol round. Although it's 11-4, they need to instantly guarantee it to be 11-7 before they even consider a comeback here. Because without that, Economy would have it that Nuisance would be in the advantage immediately, whether they pick up a pistol or any eco round after the pistol. Because they'd just be able to close out the gap too close to 16 for it to usually be recoverable when you only have 4 wins. Remember, Destructive Veterans are not just looking for 10-round wins on this half. They're looking for 12 if they want to pull out a victory. And that's at minimum, not including the potential chance for overtime. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking now. But closing that gap from 12 to 9 makes it seem a lot more plausible just by winning a pistol and not getting eco upset. And yeah, I'm just gonna take a quick break here, as this finals is getting me a little bit worked up here, and we're just gonna wait for our final player. Oh man, I decided just to put on music, and I decided to do it at just the wrong time as our 10th player comes back. I quickly wanted to zoom on over here to CT spawn. But here we go, that's our half. Pause happening exactly at the halftime. We're going to be continuing here. No more pauses, no more delays, unfortunately. These players get no more mercy from the admins, apparently. And if that had fallen into A-site, that would have been an amazing decoy. T's are actually going to go outside, but they're not going to commit fully. They're going to throw one smoke and start to apply a lot of pressure really quickly. Power manages to slip through here, but he does get seen. So this is known. But they don't manage to finish him off until just then. Slosh is going to pick up 1 kill on ramp, turning the 2v4 into a 2v3. Damage being split equally pretty much. Oh, but Psychedelic goes down in a situation where he really couldn't afford to, and now Sloshed being the last one left alive. Not sure if he was heard. Veterans did rotate. No, Veterans has no idea where he is. Slosh is going to come up right behind him here now. Making a little bit too much noise, but he should OX80? No. The Slosh gets finished off instead, and that's going to be it. That's the pistol round I was talking about that put Destructive Veterans back into this game and give them a chance at winning CT side nuke. Without it, their chances really slimmed down to next to nil. And now we're going to see a fast execute come out, but they're getting shut down quite quickly. Power backed off a little bit too quickly. Those 2 CTs turned another direction, and there was a potential kill there to happen. But not the case anymore. Rizzle Nation is going to be the only one to have fallen and sloshed, holding on to this SMG. Not exactly sure what he can do. The damage on armored opponents is quite ridiculously low, to be honest. So not the best SMG in the game to have. So they stop 1 eco upset, but now we're going to the second. We'll see what else Team Nuisance have in store here. They might just be able to pull it off, just like Destructive Veterans and themselves already. There's already been 2 eco upsets now that I think about it. And there you go, that's the beginning of it. 2 headshots from 2 P250s. Slosh is going to be flashing his opponent right here, but he does let his ally die, and unfortunately the flash goes too far. So the bomb is planted in B, and they do get the money they're looking for, but it's just not the kills they were looking for, as the potential was there for an upset.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Alright, so the beginning of this round is the nerve-wracking question of who wins the first buy round, as it could potentially set a tone for the rest of the match. Oh, we have the two jumpers outside. They do catch sight of the only player who's playing outside, as Rizzle Nation, not even Rizzle Nation, does decide to defend ramp with that op. They give outside freely, and with the player up on silo, it's going to be up to Sky to defend in this situation. We'll see how he chooses to defend, but it's pretty passively, and I support the decision fully, especially now that the first kill comes in, and G6 is acting as a defense for his team here. I don't support jumping down in that situation. Down to 7 HP, he's lucky to be alive, and it's all going to be up to Sky, who does pick up another kill. So despite a lot of damage coming in, 90 damage coming in right now, Team Nuisance don't have a single kill, and that just looks so dominating. Despite the fact that they should have two, they don't. But Sky's gonna give it up to them for free. They turn the 2v5 into a 2v4, and this is how you start making your comeback happen. One play at a time, as one mispeak comes into you at a time. There you go. Slosh looks for his kill. Gonna go for the CZ. Ooh, taps. I like it. The control. 9mm getting another kill. It's back to a 2v2. The last two players remaining are so very low. Oh, but it all comes down to Slosh. 9mm throws his life away at the last moment, and they're forced onto the eco. Slosh saves his op, which is well done, but unfortunately the potential upset just can't be enacted onto. And here we go. Nuisance gonna be opping in main. Ooh, nearly catches his prey, but not quite. I'm not sure whether it was the AD movement or the fact that he flicked that threw him off, but Psychedelic is gonna be able to get that opening nonetheless. And oh, spraying around the head of 0x80. T's are just not quite getting the kills they're looking for, but they throw away two CTs straight into them, and now nearly a third. Angry really needed to go down there. Excuse me, his name is 9mm. It's a 2v3, and yet again, the T's are so close to death. Every single one of them. So much damage being done in this round, and there you go. It doesn't even matter because Power gets insta-headshotted. 9mm on 18 HP, worrying for his life right now. Slosh is going to come in with a rotate. Catches Mokolov off guard. He doesn't hear it. Somehow he doesn't hear the player drop. And now it's all up to Sky on 39 HP himself. He's going to get instantly killed by Slosh, not allowing his teammate to die. He doesn't let the opening happen. And Team Nuisance do get their first round win in 4 rounds. Almost wanted to question myself, but that is indeed 4 rounds that they've missed here. Destructive Veterans do have quite a few more rounds to play with. However, the unfortunate situation is that they're forced onto a save. They win 4 rounds in a row, but because every round was so close, they are not able to buy here. Ooh. The CZs are acting. Quite strongly. It's a 2v3. Sky's still alive. Now it's all on him. It's 3v1. They're not throwing away their lives. I like the way Team Nuisance are playing. Sky, he's done. He's given up this round right here. He's going to be sitting behind box, playing good old face-in-box Counter-Strike. Oh, but he reveals his position as the hunt is initiated. Misses his second shot, and now he's going to fall back fully. But they know exactly where he is. Sloshed, confident in his capabilities here. He's going to be searching for the right-hand corner, but it's the wrong-hand corner, actually, as Sky is on the left-hand side of these players. Oh, no! Oh, 9mm catches him out as he misses his first shot. Sky just had to sit tight. They were all going to look past him, I'm pretty sure. And there we go, 13-8. We are definitely entertained in this finals match. T's managed to string together 2 rounds back-to-back, and look at this, because of the op buy on Sky last round, he's going to be on a 5-7 this round. It's a little bit painful to see that kind of stuff. Sloshed, making sure that no eco pressure is going to be coming in, assuming that they're going to go for a double eco, which is actually not the case. But the only weapon to be fired off so far is a 5-7. So this aggression is actually probably validated by the thought that there is only pistols on the enemy team. And G6, I'm going to credit that kill to the fact that they underestimated that. However, Power does a good job, but he only turns into a 3v3. It's up to Slosh to make it a 3v2. 13-8. This round's definitely important. Oh, Slosh! Instant shutdown right there. It's now 1v3. Mokrolov is in a great position, but he gets fully blinded. An easy pickup for Sloshed right there as a great flash comes out over the top of smoke and blinds his opponent. That's going to be 14-8. It's looking really bad for Destructive Veterans as they have to save on the 14th point of Team Nuisance. This is bad. It doesn't take a genius to call that one out, guys, but that's about the best commentary I have at the moment. Ooh, Psychedelic is going to be the first one to pick up a kill. T's are pushing outside since nobody's going to be competing, but Psychedelic goes down. He's been unfortunate this entire game, but despite the bomb control, despite being able to liberate an AK without armor, the dream just isn't alive. So 15-8 is probably going to be the best they can achieve here. Or 8 rounds, excuse me, is probably going to be the best they can achieve here as Team Nuisance are closing it out now. 4 rounds back to back. They've turned this straight around, closed the gap closed the gap between match point instantly. And we're looking at our final play. It is a full buy, however, for Destructive Veterans, and I've seen harder comebacks made on harder maps. But G6 doesn't start it off well here, and now Rizzle Nation is gonna have to continue to hold A practically by himself as 0x80 now goes down as well. Oh, and now Veterans gets killed as well. They're both gonna rotate into B though. They're just not going to get there in time. Mokrolov looking for the player coming out of vent. Finishes him off. But bomb is planted in B and Mokrolov assumes A. It's the wrong assumption. Luckily he has a kit to make the wrong assumptions here. And he actually runs into Sloshed, who just finishes him off with the CZ. That is GG well played, guys, indeed. An entertaining finals match. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope we brought you some great Counter-Strike. You can go ahead and tune in tomorrow as well. We're going to have the South qualifiers, if I'm correct. And then our final online qualifiers is going to take place the day thereafter for the West Zone. This was North qualifier.